Hello everyone, my name is ESV Diamond, and today I'm here to present you 6 tips for understanding Dragon's offense. Dragon is one of the largest global objectives in League of Legends, however I've come to find most people simply don't understand how he works. So I'm here today to present the first in a multi-part series, on understanding absolutely everything about Dragon to make you a master of that Dragon control. The first and most important part, and one part I find that confuses a lot of people, is Dragon only uses basic attacks. Its late cousin Baron Nashor uses a great variety of magic spells, and being Dragon shoots a fireball at you that burns, I always figured, even myself, there was some sort of magic damage involved or spell being cast. This is not true. Dragon simply applies auto attacks. The second point being, these auto attacks have a basic on-hit damage of, aside for deity, of 5 to 9.5% of the target's current health. This is to prevent tanks from indefinitely tanking Dragon in low damage situations, and you should be aware of, as you'll notice in this video, it only takes a few hits from Dragon for Katarina to start running dangerously low for an imminent team fight. Just 2 hits, a quarter of her life gone, she wouldn't have been able to take any more. The third point, the attacks also apply a debuff, and this is very important. The debuff is called Dragon Burning. Dragon's Burning makes it so the auto attacks you get hit with apply 15 true damage a second. This is a 4-second debuff, so it's 60 true damage, and reduces the damage that unit deals by 20%. What's important about this is not just a reduction to damage you do to Dragon. This is a damage reduction to everything. So right now, if Katarina were to start attacking champions, she would knock 20% off of all her base damage values. The fourth point is with all that in mind, is being Dragon only does physical and true damage. Armor-based tanks are incredibly effective for tanking Dragon. If you have 2 tanks on your team and one has a significant amount of MR, and the other has a significant amount of armor, your armor-based tank should take the lead. The fifth point, in imminent team fights, you want to make sure and switch to aggro of the Dragon. I use this replay, even though it's a little bit lower level on my Smurf account, because I was really impressed with how this Katarina and Warwick switch to aggro. If you watch right off the bat, Katarina takes the first aggro from Dragon right here. Dragon has more MR than armor, so Katarina does very little damage to it, with the majority coming from Warwick's auto attacks. Meaning Katarina should be the one tanking this as long as it's safely possible. Now, as I start to show here, watch, they'll switch the aggro over to Warwick to get rid of the Dragon's burning buff. Excuse me. This is very well done by them. And when there is a possible team fight or fight of any sort about to start in your Dragon, try and always switch the aggro off to your lowest damage champion. In this case, although Warwick does a lot of damage to Dragon, he does very little to champions at this point in the game, and makes him the perfect target for Dragon's Burning. This will allow, right after the Dragon, Katarina to do full damage the entire time. The final and last point, although it is not represented here, is that summon pets can take the aggro of Dragon. What this means is if you have Tibbers, Lisa's Spiderlings, Malzahar's Voidlings, anything of the sort, they should always be the first target to take the full brunt of Dragon's offense. So again, just to review, number 1, Dragon only uses basic auto attacks. Number 2, those basic attacks have on-hit physical damage that does 5 to 9.5% of the target's current health. Third, attacks apply a debuff that does 15 true damage a second and reduces damage output by that unit by 20%. That's a 4-second debuff. The fourth point, Dragon thus only does physical and true damage, making armor-based tanks very strong for absorbing his offense. The fifth point is if there's an imminent team fight, try and move the aggro of the Dragon to your low damage tanks. The last point is summon pets can take the brunt of Dragon's offense and take aggro, and pretty much always should be used if they're available. That's it. That's just a quick video. Again, these are designed for lower level players that may not understand this. I'm sure if you're watching this and a high diamond player, or even high plat, I'm likely not telling you anything new. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave me any comments or constructive criticism in the comments below. Have a great day and enjoy yourself on the Fields of Justice.